What's going on, guys? Tony here, and it's Super NES Classic Edition month, and the Super NES Classic Edition is coming out September 29th. I hope you're not waiting in line yet. That would be nuts. So anyway, guys, I'm reviewing all 20 games, plus one once I get to the system, and this has been just a blast. This month has been so much fun for me, connecting with you guys, sharing my passion for the Super NES. This system, guys, you wonder why I'm going so bonkers over it? This is my all-time favorite system of all time. That's crazy, right? So, when you love something this much, you know, you gotta show it. You gotta show it. So today, guys, I will be reviewing Super Mario Kart. This is where it all started. This, guys, some of you guys are going to be like, why? This is my all-time favorite Mario Kart game. And I love it. And I'll tell you guys why in the video footage. But this is a great game. And this is where it all started. So good. So guys, if you have not subscribed to me, please do so. And if you do, you'll be eligible to be a part of my contest to try and win a Super NES Classic Edition. Not the NES Classic Edition, sorry. I'm hanging on to mine. So anyway, guys, check it out. See what I have to say. And thanks for watching. Super Mario Kart, guys. This is one of my all-time favorite games. I was super excited to play this one today. A lot of memories, a lot of good childhood memories. Right now I'm just showing you all the characters. There's only 8 compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't know how many characters there are in that game, but ton more than that. My go-to is the Koopa Trooper. My opinion, he's the fastest in the game, has the highest acceleration, and each one has subtle differences. Now, I'm just going to talk generally about the game first, and then I'll get into my memories. So, this was the first of its kind. You didn't have a racing game like this before this came out. A battle kart racing game. And you can use items to attack your enemies, attack your other racers, and that's what kind of sets it apart. And when this came out, which I'll talk about, I fell in love with it. It has kind of an arcadey feel to it, if that makes any sense. And this game fits perfectly on the Super NES. Now, I do like the characters. I do like the items. The red shells are kind of like homing missiles, if you will. Green shells are kind of like just they'll go anywhere in a straight line. You got banana peels. You got coins. You have Ghost, which will steal items. You also have the Star, which makes you invincible and fast. And you also have the Mushroom. Those are the basic items in this game. Now, Mario Kart obviously has evolved since this game and has gotten much, much larger. but I love how Mario Kart goes back to its roots. If you play Mario Kart 8 or Deluxe, there's a course in there, just like this one in the game. And when I played that on the Wii U for the first time, I about crapped myself. Okay, it's like, oh my gosh, nostalgia overload. And actually, in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, there's a battle stage, and it has one of the Super NES maps that was on this game. And there's a few things in this game that have traveled on with the Mario Kart series. You can drift, which I'm trying to do a little bit there. And at the start of each race, you can actually boost just like any other Mario game. I'm terrible at it on this game. I don't know why. Mario Kart 64, I'm probably the best at getting that little boost in Mario Kart 8. Now, I did bring up the battle system. Now, this is a two-player game. You can do two-player races, and you can just go through the tracks that way. And there's also a battle mode. The battle mode is awesome. I have a lot of good memories playing on the battle mode. And honestly, whenever I would rent this game back in the day, that was probably the main reason why I rented it. So my friends and I can do the battle system. Now, this was before the N64 game, okay? So this is all we had when I was a little bit younger. And I would play this with my friends, my brother. Now, the downside to the two-player mode, and I'll actually even talk about one player here, it's split screen. Okay, you can see that it's split screen right now. And it shows you the map on the bottom and how you're driving on top. Okay, two-player mode is not super desirable, but you can get over it pretty quickly. It's almost like a DS game. That's the way I look at it now. The way it's formatted. Now, I love the stages as well. There's good variety. And you'll have the ghost levels, Bowser levels, the beach levels. The beach levels are my favorite, by the way. And just a pretty good variety. A lot of good Mode 7 going on. Now let's just ask the question: is this worthy to be on the Super NES Classic Edition? Should this belong on the Super NES Classic Edition? Yes. OMG. Yes. Oh my goodness. This, no brainer. No brainer for this one. It's one of the greatest games of all time. And the games that Nintendo selected to be on, you see me fall down in the hole, or off to the side. The games that Nintendo selected are legendary. Okay, I read an article saying 21 legendary games, and I actually agree with that, except for Kirby. Kirby's Dream Course. It's terrible. And this game, seriously, if I had to say top 5 games you need to play on Super Nintendo, besides RPGs, okay? I mean, my list would be all RPGs. But if I had to say top 5 games you need to play on the Super Nintendo, this would be like 3 or 4 on my list that you have to play. And I just got an extra life. You heard that? You can also collect coins in this game that are on the track, and they'll get you an extra life. Now, the other cool thing is that you get lives or tries, and you can, let's say you're like in 8th place and you don't want to continue the race, you can push start and push retire and start all over. I kind of like that. Now, there are 3 classes that you can do. I'm just doing 50cc but you can do, I think it's 150. It might be 100. Don't quote me on that. But there's 3 other classes, and then there's also 3 other rounds of courses that you can attempt. And I love this stage as well. And it doesn't look like a whole lot, guys, compared to Mario Kart Deluxe, but back when I was a kid, oh my gosh, this was it. And I wasn't a big racing fan really at the time. I mean, I would play this, Top Gear, and Rad Racer on the NES, just because I really didn't know better. I didn't have the taste for racing games yet. So yes, you guys need to play this. You need to track it down somehow. You can get it on the Super NES, but it's gonna cost you a little bit. I believe anywhere from $30 to $50 at the time of this recording. It is a little pricey, just because it is a Mario Kart game. Mario Kart games hold their value. I've noticed that over the years of collecting, for the most part. Now, some of your DS titles and 3DS titles, they might not be as high as, say, Mario Kart 64 or Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, so to speak. But just like any other Mario game, they're going to hold their value pretty well. So you can still track it down that way. You can also buy it on the Virtual Console shop. I believe it's on the Wii U. Don't quote me on that, but I do know it's either that one or the Wii one. So it's accessible to track down. And let's talk about next my childhood memories. I wanted to save that for last because this is a very, very special game to me. And one of my favorite memories growing up was Christmas morning. And we were opening up presents. My mom and dad and my brother are all sitting opening up presents. And the last present was our Super Nintendo. And the Super Nintendo was a shared gift for myself and my brother. And I still own that Super Nintendo. It's down in my game room. It's actually in my videos and the intros. It's the exact same Super Nintendo. Now, for some odd reason, it wasn't the bundle set with Super Mario World, but it still was the one with 2 controllers. So my mom and dad actually had to rent some games in the meantime in order to afford this system for us for Christmas. So 2 games that they rented Super Mario World, which I can't wait to review that one either, show you guys and talk about my thoughts there. And they rented Super Mario Kart. Super Mario Kart, I just fell in love with. That was my first time playing it Christmas morning when we got the SNES. And oddly enough, I didn't own this game after renting. I would rent it all the time, but I didn't own it until I was actually an adult. And I own it complete in box now. And I'm very, very happy to have that complete in box. And Paul, actually, one of my friends that I grew up with, he actually just gave me this game. And I'm thank you for that, buddy. Well, anyway, guys, that's going to be about it. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of this footage. I love Mario Kart 8. You guys need to play this game somehow, some way. If you're a fan of Mario Kart 8 or 64 or the DS or 3DS games, or the Wii, you guys need to play this. It's worth your time. It's a blast. The battle system, battle mode is so good. So hey guys, thanks for watching. This whole month has just been so much fun talking about my favorite system of all time. Subscribe if you have not. That's going to put you in the running for a Super NES Classic Edition. Thank you guys for watching and have a great rest of your day.